There we are. Let's switch the light on and we can see a little bit better. Okay. I've sorted out, or I just grabbed together. And so what we have this week is week 5. And look at this top row. Isn't that nice and easy? We have a border piece at each end. We have five, oh dear, that noise, 5 plain blocks and 5 plain blocks here. So really nice and easy. The second one is almost as easy. We've got a plain, 2 plains at each side of the middle and a plain. So you will need, as I put here, make 2 rows, just like that. Make 2 rows, just like that. So shall we begin? Right. I'm going to put that there so that I can see what I need to do. And I have got, in this top row, I needed 2, which are 2 colour ones. So these are 2 colour half square triangles. I only needed 2, which are a background and a colour. And then I need a border one for each end. And then all these in between. I hope I've got enough. I just grabbed a handful, but these are my plain blocks. So what we need is 1 border, and we need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just make sure I've got another 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we've got 5. That's okay. So, so that was a little bit curled up there. I will tell you what, I'll use that in. So, one of my borders with 5, and I hope my thread doesn't. I haven't checked my bobbin today. So let's have a look. We are on stitch length 1.8, which is what I like to use. And we have stitched a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and we have stitched our first background. So whatever your background is, these ones will be just that. Now, I was going to say, I like to line up my blocks at the bottom and then just see that it should line straight away with the top edge. But it's just easier to line up something that's closer to you. So 1, 2, and 3. So I line up at that corner because I'm right close to it. And as I say, then I line the raw edge and pop that together. And stitch down. Evening, Susan and Pippa. And, oh, Jill loves Woodwick too. I think it's well worth paying that little bit more to have that lovely scent all the time. And at this time of year, I love cinnamon and spice. I like the Christmassy smell. You know, that woody, earthy smell. And yeah, it's just lovely when you walk out of the room, come back in again, and you got that lovely aroma. Okay, while we're talking candles, I have got my background 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My next one is a background as here, and oops, I want my background at the top. So I want that one to go that way. I want let's have a look here, that's it. I want a 2 colour one as well. Actually, it might be better to have that one going in the same orientation, so my diagonals that way and that way. And then I want the next one, which is a 2 colour one as well, to go in the opposite direction, you see. So we've got a nice point there. So let's have those laid out. I do like to lay more than one out at a time because it saves me looking back at the chart each time I add one. So if you just set it to the side of you, and then you can just move that across. So there it is, right sides together, line up that bottom edge, and oh, it's so lovely when they meet perfectly. Okay, so 1, 2, and this one here, right sides together, and align that. And oh, fireside. Oh, I'll have to have a look at that one. I usually have, oh, what do I have? Black cherry, I think, and oh, cinnamon something or other. Okay, so I've done my 2. The next one I need is background up here, and then I have 5 planes and a border to go at the end. So nice and easy. And we are going to make 2 like this. Okay. So, hello Rosemary. And tonight is fish and chips again. Background, right sides together. And I say right sides together because you may be using a white on white. And if you're using a white on white or a white on ivory, say, you will need to put right sides together. As I'm using plain, obviously there is no difference. There is a difference, but with plain, flat plain fabrics, you can't tell the difference usually. Yeah, black cherry. Oh, that's always your favourite, is it, Patricia? Yes, black cherry. We know that. I usually say to Martin, oh, can you buy a new candle? Black cherry, yes. Oh, I think the other one is it chia as well. I like my chia seeds. Keep eating those. They give me energy with my goji berries. And I do like black cherries. I love black cherries when they're big and plump and juicy. Haven't had one for a little while, to be honest. If we buy cherries, Martin's the one that eats them all. He thinks they're his 5 a year. Not a day. Hello, Beverly. Hope you're okay. Beverly's saying hi to everybody. Okay. And I think we have our 5 background ones there. And you can see that I'm very naughtily, or you can just, if I really stretch that, you can just see those little white bits of stitches. But because I'm using a short stitch length, you can hardly see that I'm not using a dark blue thread, which I should have done. Okay. So there we are. This is nice and easy. Nice, nice, nice. So we have border 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that is our very first row. And I'm going to pop that on with my other one. So you are going to make 2 of those. Now let's have a look for my next one, which is under here. Where have I put my pile of fabrics? There we are. Let's hope I've picked them all up. I think I have. Oh, the wind is getting up. So row 2. I've got my plain ones here. I just counted them out so that I've got enough. So you'll see, oh, these are mostly, oh, these are all. So the other ones, let me just show you, in the second row at the bottom here, every single one, if it's not plain, it's a background and colour. Okay, so you've got no 2 colour ones. They are all background and colour, and it would just be the way the angle goes. What is it with men and fruit? Yep, your hubby only eats apples, whereas I know, Juliet, I eat all sorts of fruits too. I don't think there's a fruit that I don't like, but he has gone on to bananas now. But it always used to be an orange, but he doesn't have both. It will be just the one, because I'm sure he thinks that the 5 a day means, say, 5 a month or 5 a year. Oh, it's either a spider web or a bit of hair there. Okay, so the first ones, let's have a look. Let's just distribute these colours around. So the first one is background and colour. The next one is, so let's see, we'll have this one here. And that one is going in the opposite direction. So we've got that point again. So let's just mix those, and a pink, and that's right. So 1, 2, 3 we have there. So right sides together. So we'd started off with a background square there, and a background and colour half square triangle. So there is our number one. Ooh. There's a good contrast there, as you can see. And there's my next one. So we're making that little arrowhead at this point. And we can stitch down there. So, I mean, mine is scrappy, most definitely. And I'm not worrying if one colour goes with another. But I am just distributing. Let's see, let's have this one here. I'm just distributing the colours around. So I've got 1, 2, 3. My next two, this one will have background. So we're making that leading line. Background at the bottom, colour here. And then I've got one here, which the colour is going at the bottom and the background at the top. So there is another 2. So right sides together. And stitch down there and open it out. Just a little finger press to keep it flat, but not pressed as such. So we can see this leading line here. Might be giving some away. What I would say, you know, if you decide when you've got all your rows, you want to play with them, please don't put any pictures on here, because I do want it to be a surprise for everybody when we reveal it next week. Okay, so I've got to that point. The next one is 2 of my backgrounds. So 2 backgrounds. We'll pop those 2 on at the minute. So actually doing them in pairs is quite good. So when you look at the chart and there's 2 backgrounds, you know exactly where you are, because it's like there's a blank space. So 1 background. And I think when I was doing this quilt, I mean, because there's 2 exactly the same, I could probably have just said cut 1 piece that is, what were these, 3.5, 3.5 by 6.5. But it's much easier to have all the same squares, whether it be a 2-colour square or 2 colours or a colour and a background, border and whatever. It's just easier just putting squares together. Barbara bets when she comes to put the quilt together, there'll be matching fabrics next to. Well, I bet mine will too, Barbara, I must admit. But nothing, well, you could always unpick it and put another one in there, but, you know, it's scrappy, so that's the idea. Unless it really looks ridiculous, which I'm sure it wouldn't. I'm sure it wouldn't. Okay, so the next 2. Let's put this one. So we have one going that way, and let's have that one there. We'll have a red one. So we're having the next one with colour at the bottom. So we have our arrowhead in the background pointing down. Okay, so right sides together, line that up and stitch down. And banana for when we're around the golf course. I have a banana whenever I feel peckish. I must admit today I was naughty and I had a gold bar. Oh, I could have had a Lindor, couldn't I? But I did, just to keep my energy levels up, or my tiredness levels, I did have a little sneaky half an hour, because I didn't really need it, but I just thought, just go and have a lie down for half an hour or so. Whenever I wake up, I feel hungry. And what I want is some cookie pie. And cookie pie is made by this man that I watch who swears a lot. I don't condone his swearing so much, but he does make some surprisingly good bakes. And one of them is a cookie pie, and he has a cookie on the base and a cookie on the top, and then in between he has Kinder Kinder, what does he call it? Kinder cream or whatever. It's a runny liquid, which when it's cooked, it then just sets. And he mixes it with Biscoff or chocolate hazelnut cream as well. And then he puts Maltesers in or Twix bars or anything you can think of. And I wake up thinking, I want to bite into one. What is that all about? I mean, I just really don't know. Right, I'm getting lost with myself now. So let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so we're near the middle. So the next two are two plain ones, plain background, which Trisha hasn't cut this one properly. So let me just cut along there, hoping that it is exactly the right size. Let's just check. Oh, yes. It will be near enough. Okay, so let's pop that one right sides together. Perhaps I need a bit more sweetness in my diet. Well, I don't call it my way of eating, my healthy eating lifestyle, or healthy lifestyle eating actually. Fish and chips, hey. Okay, we have our two. We're getting towards the end of this row. So now I want two. We'll have that one and that one. And this time the colour goes at the bottom here. And the next one is the colour. So we've got a line of colour here. Right, there's my last two. So let's pop that one right sides together. And once I've stitched these, I always just hold my paper up just to check that I've got everything the right way round. But I can see these two ones make it fairly easy to see. So that is their right sides together. Okay. And I might, no, I won't. I will keep mine all just in piles, and I won't check it to make sure that it is right. I will just be surprised when we do it. So the next two, so we've done 1, 2. The next one is going to be the colour at the bottom. Oh, we've got another pointy one. So we've got the colour there as well. So we've got another arrowhead we're making there. And then we will finish off with a plain square. That's it, that should all line up nicely there. And what I would say, if you can see a little bit of fabric sticking out, it is going to be fine when we come to pop it together. Little, oh, that one doesn't look, you see I've got not very much here, so that must have been one of my short squares, but we'll manage to get that into the seam allowance and you won't notice any difference at all. Okay, so once we have done this one, we have just got one border square, one background square at this end, and then this one should be finished also. So let's just stitch our way down here. Oh, you found us, Marilyn. Well done. There we go. Okay. So here we are, finished. So let's just count these ones too. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So we can just, you can see then what that looks like from one end to the other. So it is basically, if you stretch your arms out, if you've got very long arms, obviously that will be wider, but this is practically my arms stretched out the width of, so it is nice and wide. Okay, all done. I've got a few squares left over because I just cut and made some up as I was doing it, just as I went along. So that's why I've got a few left over. So I'll find something else to do with that, because we can't have wastage, can we? We can't have, just having a look around, see if there's anything else that I can show you this evening, but I think there's nothing really else. I haven't done any other sewing today, so there's nothing that I can give you a sneaky peek of. So let's just have a look and see if there's anything you need to know. I think, oh, that's fell down between there, that's okay. I think I have answered, oh, Jane thinks she's going to be with Barbara when it comes to, there'll be fabrics the other. I bet I probably will as well. But hey ho, it's just one of those things, and I think it will look perfectly wonderful, even if they do. But as I say, I've only sort of mixed colours around at each end, at the beginning to the end, and right next to each other. So who knows, when it comes to putting rows together, I don't know. I couldn't tell you at this point in time what row that top one is. I have no idea down the whole of the quilt which row that will be. But what I can tell you, is that there will be 16 rows, so you will need to have 16 rows. And if you do what I'm going to do, which I didn't do last time, but thought that it was a very good idea, have a look at your PDFs from each week. Some of you may probably have done it already. And get your rows. So for week 1, you'll have 2 of the top row, and 2 of the bottom. I would label those up. Label all of your rows so that when we come to put them together, the first one on week 1, the top one, that may be row number 9. It might be row 13 on the actual quilt. So you don't know until I tell you next week and when it joins together. And I hope it's a little bit like last time. The revelation of that heart in the middle was really wow. And I think you could tell that it really, really pleased me as well. So I'm hoping this will do exactly the same. And I'm sure you are too. Mystery quilt number 7. Oh, mystery quilt number 7. No, I think I've said about this before. Will my dies work on the Gemini? Yep, they will, Caroline. Those are all thin dies. Now, I may put some Sizzix Bigs dies on there, but it's where I have duplicates. So this weekend, I am clearing my dining room, which does have a dining room table in there, but it also has a multitude of things in there as well. One of the things, I've got a big, it's an IKEA Billy stand, which has got dies on it, but I've got dies in bedrooms, I've got dies in here, I've got dies in boxes, tubs, and I want them all to be together. So when I do get them all together, there are some Sizzix dies, I know, the bigs ones, which won't go through the Gemini. So the Gemini will take thin metal dies, and everything I've put on at the moment are thin metal dies. So yes, they'll go through the Gemini, no problem at all. Yes, but going back, mystery quilt, there will be a mystery quilt 7, but that won't be next. You'll be glued to the screen all weekend. Oh, I think you will, Virginia. Watching out for them, will you? I doubt if I'll put much on tomorrow unless it's in the evening, just as a little bit of relaxation. But Sunday I do intend to be putting lots on because I haven't got any cutting to do at the minute. I do need to make another bag because I have got the bag for next Tuesday for the Sew with Trisha group, but I haven't done the instructions, so that needs to be done as well. So yes, what were we saying? So the next quilt we will do, it's not actually a quilt, but I have said before, and I need to get started on making it, but I thought we'd do it as a sew along, and we will have a quilt hug. You've seen them, have you? Where it sits around, it's like a little coat without inset sleeves, that sits around your shoulders and possibly down to your waist to keep you warm of an evening. And it's in my mind. I've made it in my mind, and I can't wait to get started. So I shall have to look at sort of sizing and how we do that. But I thought we would do that. That will be the next quilt session, if you like. Think we're ready for the hug shawl? Yes, absolutely, Susan. I think it is about time, isn't it? So whether I do that very, very quickly, because I think we will be in need of it. I mean, we are only in October. Possibly we'll have an Indian summer in mid to late October. You never know. But yes, the hug. I think you would like that. And I would too. I would too. And it is quite easy. It really is. I think if the first one we will make is going to be straightforward, but you could bring patchwork into this, no problem at all, if you want it to be that little bit of extra zhuzh. Yes. Yeah, Jill looked and they look fab. Yes, they will. It will be lovely. I can tell you that now. Okay, so I don't think there's much more. I have some other ideas of things I want to show you as well, which I'm seeing how I can fit them in. I really can't do more than 3 evenings a week. Oh, next week I'm going to do at least one of the fabric sales from the studio, as long as we're not blown away, that is. So I've got Victoria to be along with me so that I can show you the bolt, because I've got so many fabrics that you've not seen before. And when I do a fabric sale, I then have to chop them all up. But this way I can show you the fabrics and you can decide what you would like, and we can get through, you know, a few more than we usually do. So that is going to be at 12 midday. Don't know which day of the week yet. I've got to sort that out, but I will let you know, and we'll do a live fabric sale then. I did think about one a day, but I thought, no, that's far too much. And I know lots of you buy all the time, but I seriously do not expect you to buy every single time. I mean, there'll be fabrics you like and fabrics that you don't like. There'll be fabrics that you want or fabrics that you need, but you just have exactly what you want. There is no essential way of buying, or no, you don't have to buy every single time. If you like it, then by all means do. But I dread to see some of your bank statements, because I think it will say so totally Trisha, so totally Trisha. And if the husband sees it, he might say, who's this so totally Trisha? Although perhaps some of the husbands know, or partners. Anyhow, thank you very much. Okay, Margot, I will put it on. Marilyn, you asked some good questions. How would I get stabilizer out? I've done a heart with a text in it. I'm having difficulty. I'm getting it out separately. Are we talking machine embroidery? Completely different then, Marilyn. If you get the stable and it's a tearaway, you should be able to just use your C-mum ripper, put the point into the back of the tearaway, and it will just pull out. I find it quite satisfying pulling the stabilizer out. So I imagine that's what you're talking about. Oh, yes, Susan. Yes, I am sorry. I think I don't know whether I got the red, but I think I have the green. I must have a look. I will look for you very, very shortly, and I'll get back to you. So how are we now? Oh, that's right. I've got 10 minutes before the fish and chips arrive. Oh, I'll be recognising the bags now, says Virginia. I'll have a look for you, Susan, because I know what I've got left is in a tub in there, and I'll go and have a look and I'll reply to you straight away. So, anybody else watching? I did do a little bit, a little live in the Sew with Trisha group. regarding Advent boxes, balance payment. Have a look at that. But I will just say again, so that I don't get any more emails asking, but the balance payment it's just a £10 deposit to reserve an Advent box. They're on the website. There's a few left. But you don't need to pay the balance until I email you, and that will be at the end of October, and I shall be posting them out mid-November so that they're there with you for the 1st of December. Okay, I won't go on about that anymore because, as I say, there is a little video explaining all about it and you'll be able to listen to that. So have a lovely evening. I hope the wind dies down a bit and you don't have any more power cuts. When it comes on, it better stay on. But stay warm, have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you next week in the Sew with Trisha group. So bye for now.